Alright, so in this tutorial, I will be showing everyone, just a second. In this tutorial, I will be showing everyone how to solve the standard 3x3 Rubik's Cube. And make sure you have annotations enabled because I will have the algorithms in the description, but it would also help for where you use them and stuff if you had them in annotations. So, let's get started. I'm going to scramble this, and while I'm scrambling it, I will explain the method I will be showing you. Now, all beginner methods and the Friedrich method use CFOP, which stands for cross, first two layers, orientation of the last layer, and then the permutation of the last layer, or C, F2L, OLL, PLL. And, yeah, it's scrambled enough. To get the cross, oh yeah, this is the 5-step method. My fastest time with it is about 50 seconds, which is pretty good for a beginner method. Now, to get the cross, it's pretty simple and mostly intuitive. The easiest way is to get all of the white edge pieces on the bottom yellow layer if you're doing white first. So, I'm just going to do that. I already have one here. Then I can bring this one down. I can bring this one over so it's right here, but I can't bring this up because it will disrupt this one, or this one. So I move it over and then bring it up. And then I can rotate the top layer so it doesn't interfere with any of those and bring this one up. Now, you simply you match them with their centers and bring them all up. It looks like if I rotate this twice, then all of them will be lined up. Usually you will not get them all to line up like that, but actually I'm gonna swap them so it's not like that, so it's more reasonable. Now, I have orange and green that are good, and by good I mean these match. The white and orange edge piece matches the orange center, white and green edge piece matches the green center, and when you have those matching, you can just bring it up to the white side. And then I can rotate this and match those, and then match the red up. Whatever. Okay, so next is the F2L portion. Now, I really want to do that really badly, but this is a beginner method. Okay, you know what, I'm going to. So, you have this white, red, and blue edge piece that needs to go into the white, red, and blue corner, which is right here. I call that the Patriot corner. So now, if it's on the bottom side like this, then you can bring it up and then move it over while it's still on this layer, and then put it back down and it fixes the cross. Now I'm going to flip it over because I'm not used to doing it like that. Now, you put the white, red, and blue into the proper slot, and because this is on the right side, you bring it to the left, bring where it needs to be down, put the corner over, and then you can bring the edge and corner up at once. And I did that on purpose so I would get this full F2L pair here. So now, if you have a piece on this top row, you can bring it down, put it underneath or behind where these edges are. So rotate it over, and then when you bring it back up, it will be on the bottom. And then you can do the same thing, but since it's on the left side, you bring it to the right this time. And put it back over, bring it up. Now it's on the bottom. You always want to do the bottom pieces first. So it's on the right side, bring it to the left, bring the edge down, bring them all up at once. Now this is on the bottom, So put it down, and it's right here. Move it out of the way so when you bring this back up, it is still on the bottom layer. So now you can just do the exact same thing you were doing before. And now you have the first layer. So now that you have the first layer, it is time to get the first 2 layers, and that is the F2L. So now you have this orange and green edge piece right here, and it doesn't matter what color it is actually, just look for ones that do not have any yellow on them. I'm gonna do orange and green just because it's there. And now this piece needs to go right here between the orange and green. So you need to flip it and move it there. To do that, this piece needs to go from left to right. So because it's going from left to right, you move the bottom layer to the left, and then you rotate it like this, and because it's going left to right, you rotate it to the right, and then you bring where it needs to be down, and you put this edge piece under where it needs to be, which is right there. And now you have this F2L pair here, and you can bring it up and then just fix the white side after you have the white L here. And to do that, you bring this up, obviously. You rotate this out of the way. You bring these up and put that under, and it's really similar to how you insert the corners. But now you can see that the orange and green edge piece is where it needs to be. So now let's see if there's one on the other side. If it's on the other side, there is a much faster way, and it's probably easier to remember it, but I don't know because I'm used to memorizing algorithms. And that is, so it's going from right to left. You can face the left side of it and do D, F, D inverse, F inverse, D inverse, R inverse, D, R. And now I'm going to see if I can rotate that actually, so I can show you the other way you can do it. Did that work? It did. Okay, good. So now the other way you can do it is you face this side and then you do what you did before. So it's going from right to left, so you rotate it to the right, and then it's going from right to left, so you rotate this to the left where it needs to be down, put the piece underneath where it needs to be, so it's right there, and then you can make the white L and fix the white side. And now you have the first 2 layers. Now, I was going to stop the video there, sorry. For OLL, you orient the last layer, and what that means is to make it so all of these are yellow, but not necessarily in the correct places. So if you just have a dot right there, then you can do F, U, R, U, R, F, and it gives you a bar. And then you can do front. If you have a bar like this, always make sure that it is horizontal. So front, right, top, front. And then you have a yellow cross. And you can do, when you have a yellow cross like this, where you have the headlights to the left and headlights to the right, you always want to make sure that they're left to right, not up and down. Otherwise, it will be much less efficient. And when they're like that, you can do R, U, R inverse, U, R, U, U, R inverse. And now you have this fish pattern, which, when it was created, it was called the Sune, spelled S-U-N-E. And you have this piece right here, and it's R, so you do the same thing again with this in the bottom left corner. R, U, R inverse, U, R, U, U, R inverse. And now it is oriented, but not permutated. And, oh, that's a Y-perm. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some other cases. I'm just doing a couple of those algorithms randomly. And now, it may be hidden, but you have backwards L right here. If you have a backwards L like that, you always want to make sure it's in the top left corner. So F, U, R, U, R, F for the L. And now, you have this in the bottom left corner, but you don't have this piece right here. But you do have it right here, and that is the anti-soon. So you do the mirror of the algorithm. I'm not used to saying this. L inverse, U inverse, L, U inverse, L inverse, U2, L. And then that oriented it. Now, for PLL, you can do this pretty easily. You'll only need to know two algorithms. One is the U-perm and one is the A-perm. And so let's see if you have any. No, you do not. Actually, that's V-perm. You do not need to know that. I will be explaining that in my more advanced method tutorial, which should be out soon. And here, if you do not have, actually I can't show you this without having it, so do the algorithm R inverse, no, don't do the algorithm don't do that algorithm yet. R inverse F, R inverse back, back, right, F inverse R inverse back, back, right, right. And now, you have a pattern here. So, this center piece right here that's in the top doesn't matter, no, just ignore that. If you have a pattern like this, where you have like, I don't know if any of you play Minecraft, but it's like the pattern of a chest plate. So, then, you always want to have that pattern facing away from you, and then you can do the same algorithm again, facing away from you. R inverse, do it facing any direction if you don't have any of those patterns. R inverse, F, R inverse, back, back, right, F inverse, R inverse, back, back, right, right. And it doesn't matter which direction you rotate the back because there are always two of them. And now you have this pattern here. So this edge piece needs to be here, this edge piece needs to be here, and this edge piece needs to be here. So you can, and that means that you can always have this side facing away from you. If you have a solved side, make sure it's facing away from you. If you do not have a solved side, just do it normally facing any direction. Now, F, F, U, L, R inverse, F, F, L inverse, R, U, F, F. And it's solved. Now, I probably should have gone over notation closer to the beginning. Okay, I guess I'll go over it now. And I'll put, okay, whatever. So, this is F. If there's an inverse, it is always counterclockwise. If there's nothing after it, then it is just clockwise. And a lot of people will say prime, and it is labeled as an inverse is labeled as an apostrophe after the letter. So this is F for front side. This is U for upside. And this is R for right side. L for L side, D for D side, and B for backside. And then that is the notation and how to solve a Rubik's Cube. If you have any questions about how to do this, please leave a comment and I will try to answer it the best I can. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.